Coach, please stop. I came here to learn how to drive, not to have an affair. Inside the instructor's car, because I kept failing to control the clutch, Coach Reeves, who happened to be my husband's friend, made me sit on his lap to teach me. The problem was, I was wearing a short skirt that day, and underneath it, I wasn't even wearing safety shorts. Even worse, he actually pulled his member out and pressed it straight against me. Chapter 1. My name is Winnie Miller. Recently, my company required frequent business trips, so I decided to get a driver's license. It just so happened that my husband's friend, Logan Reeves, was a driving instructor. He said he wouldn't charge me for lessons. On the day of practice, my husband, Daniel Miller, told me to dress nicely. After all, a wife's appearance is often seen as a reflection of her husband. I thought about it for a moment and put on the tight, short skirt Daniel had bought for me. It hugged my curves closely, outlining my full, round hips. The fullness of my chest swayed as I walked, rippling like water. Daniel stared, his eyes practically glued to me as he praised me again and again. Good, good, good. You look amazing in that. Logan is going to be so jealous. I shot him an annoyed look. Aren't you worried some other man might set his sights on your wife? After pulling on my stockings, I headed to the driving school. When I reached Logan's car, I bent down and knocked on the window. Coach Logan, I'm here for my driving lesson. Logan rolled the window down, his eyes fixed straight ahead. I lowered my head and immediately realized why. When I bent over, my skirt had ridden up, exposing a large patch of fair skin. I quickly covered myself with my hand. You're Winnie, right? Get in. Daniel is my buddy. I'll make sure to teach you properly. I guarantee you'll pass in one go. After I sat in the passenger seat, he patted my thigh. Watch carefully. Left foot presses here, right foot releases. When the car starts to shake, that's the friction point to half clutch. Come over and try it. After stepping on the clutch, I couldn't control the pressure properly and stalled the car. I tried several times, but it stalled every time. Logan couldn't watch anymore. He grew impatient and directly placed one hand on my thigh. I didn't know if it was my imagination, but his broad palm seemed to deliberately rub against my stocking thigh. My nerves instantly tightened. I'll teach you how to control the pressure. When I press with my hand, you release the brake. The closeness only made me more nervous. I hesitated and said, Coach, this isn't appropriate. My husband is your close friend. Touching my leg like this. He laughed loudly. What's there to be afraid of? I'm only anxious to teach you well because of Daniel. I'm not taking advantage of you. Other students don't even get this kind of attention. I relaxed a little. With his guidance, I stepped on the clutch. The car began to shudder gently. Suddenly, his hand pressed down harder, gripping my thigh firmly. Don't move your foot. This is the point. Then slowly release the brake. This was the first time in my life that another man besides my husband had touched my thigh. Even through the stockings, I could feel the warmth of his palm. A strange flutter stirred in my chest. My nerves snapped. I released the brake too quickly, and the car lurched forward violently. Logan slammed on the instructor's brake. The sudden force threw my body forward. His hand slid straight under my skirt. My entire body jolted as if struck by electricity, numb and tingling all over. The humiliation was overwhelming. Logan withdrew his hand and looked at me. You have to release it slowly. Don't be nervous. Let's try again. I took a few deep breaths. This time, the car finally started smoothly. Next came reverse parking. That completely defeated me. I tried again and again, yet the car never went in properly. Either I crossed the line or parked crookedly. Not once did I succeed. Logan shook his head. With skills like this, you could practice for 10 years and still not get it. His words made me anxious. What am I supposed to do then? I have to start traveling for work next month. Not knowing how to drive won't work. Logan stroked his chin, his gaze openly leering. There's a way. Sit on my lap. I'll teach you step by step. You'll learn fast. My heart skipped. Sitting on his lap was far too intimate. If Daniel found out, there would definitely be trouble. Isn't that inappropriate? Sitting on your lap is too close. Daniel probably wouldn't agree. Logan took out his phone and called Daniel. Hey, Daniel. Winnie has been practicing for 3 hours and still can't get it. I'm thinking of having her sit on my lap so I can teach her step by step. Do you agree? To my shock, Daniel agreed without hesitation. I trust you. As long as you can teach her, sitting on your lap is nothing. Then he hung up. A ball of anger swelled in my chest. How could Daniel be so careless? He didn't even mind his wife sitting on another man's lap. Since he felt that way, I decided not to hold back either. With a sense of retaliation toward Daniel, I sat down on Logan's lap. I deliberately shifted my hips back. I could clearly feel something hard pressing against me. My face instantly flushed. Logan was unbelievable. It felt harder than steel, unlike Daniel, who had been limp and useless for so long, leaving me unable to feel like a woman. I held the steering wheel with both hands. Logan reached around and covered my hands with his, teaching me how to turn it. He started the car and deliberately held it at the half-clutch point, making it vibrate violently. His member moved with every vibration, thrusting against me again and again. The sensation was overwhelming. My face burned all the way to my ears. Heat surged through my body, as if ants were crawling inside me. I couldn't stop myself from letting out a muffled, breathy moan. Chapter 2. Coach, can we start the car now? Instead, Logan shoved one hand straight down my neckline and grabbed at the soft flesh there. Does Daniel know you're this sensitive? That guy is really lucky to have married such a beautiful wife. The moment he did that, my body went weak all at once. I wanted to be angry, yet I couldn't summon it. Coach, you're being way too bold. Aren't you afraid Daniel will find out? I pushed his hand away, trying to straighten my clothes. Logan only grew bolder. He directly pulled his bulge out and pressed it straight against me. My breathing hitched while my heart pounded wildly. That scorching hot bulge was pressed tight against my most delicate place. I was wearing a short skirt, and underneath was only a thin layer of underwear. With that kind of pressure, it felt like it was pressing right against my core. I've known Daniel for so many years. Who do you think he'd believe, me or you? He wore a wicked grin as he pinned me tightly against his body and started the car just like that. Even though I meant to get back at Daniel, this had truly gone too far. I wanted to stand up and stop him. However, Logan's member was far too big and unbearably hot. It pressed tightly against the inside of my thigh, as if it had some kind of magic, sticking to me and refusing to let go. It instantly stirred up the desire deep inside me. I wanted so badly to be satisfied by it, to know exactly what it felt like. The moment that thought appeared, I forced myself to stop. No, I was a married woman. How could could I think something like that? At this moment, Logan grabbed both my hands and turned the steering wheel. Watch carefully. When the car reaches here, turn the wheel left, lock it, then straighten it back. With him pressing against me like this, my mind was in complete chaos. I couldn't even tell left from right. I could only let him control my hand. Every time the car paused, I felt his bulge sink in a little deeper. My underwear was already thin. It felt like he was pressing so hard that it was sinking in. All his weight bore down on it. The desire in my body grew stronger and stronger, like a pressure cooker about to explode. Seeing my face flushed crimson, Logan stopped the car, and his hands started wandering all over me. His warm palms nearly explored my entire body. If this continued, I felt like every cell inside me was about to burst. Then his fingers slipped under my skirt and lightly hooked along that seam. My whole body shuddered. A burst of explosive pleasure surged upward from below, flooding my entire body. No, not there, I absolutely could not do something that betrayed Daniel. But that feeling, how could it be so incredibly good? Logan knew exactly where a woman's sensitive spot was. He found it with precision and teased it relentlessly. My throat felt itchy. I couldn't stop myself from letting out soft, breathless moan. No, don't. Logan pulled his hand back. The wetness on his middle finger stretched into thin strands. You're already this wet. Stop forcing yourself. Don't you want to try the thrill of an affair? I endured the bone-deep itch and refused with all my strength. No, I can't betray Daniel. Please stop. I came here to learn how to drive, not to have an affair. Unexpectedly, Logan's animal desire flared. He yanked aside my underwear, instantly leaving me completely exposed, my bare cheeks fully revealed. Damn it. If Daniel can have you, why can't I? Today, I'm definitely taking you. Fear and shock filled my mind, but they were overwhelmed by a burning desire. I wanted to refuse, but I had no strength left. Please, coach. Logan grabbed my hip and lifted me into the air. Right beneath me was his stiff rod. As if it had a pull of its own, it drew me toward it, tempting me to straddle it. I felt a warm current trickling out of my body. Doesn't it hurt holding back like this? Don't you want me to satisfy you? I felt like my insides were about to explode. I couldn't hold on any longer. Twisting my hip, I pleaded, just don't let Daniel find out.